We're looking forward to this card from Major League Baseball. We do have a game in progress right now with the Mets and the Dodgers. And of course, we've got NBA, NHL, and WNBA as well on the card today. Getting a little bit of background sound there, guys. But with me today, as we get ready here, we got a game in progress. We know it's the Dodgers and the Mets here in game one. It's still 2-0 here. Mets with the lead. We're going to talk a little bit more about game two of this one. And the Dodgers continuing to show some issues at the plate, but it's still May, so nothing to worry about. As we remember, the Dodgers kind of got things rolling as we got into the second part of the season. But we'll see. Tony, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I actually I had to bet against my team, man. We were on a 5-game losing streak, so I took the Mets on the run line, and it looks like it's about to hold up.
Yeah, so far so good here in the if again you're going to need some bullpen help, but we'll see how it rolls. Actually, both bullpens were good. I kind of lean there on the under in game one. Actually, I like the under in both, but we'll talk about that a little later. Wayne, what about you? How you doing?
What's going on, Tony T, Picked Off family, Tony Brown? I'm doing good today, man. Nothing on that early game for me, but got plenty of action today. So look forward to talking with y'all, giving y'all my free ones, and see if y'all can weed through some of these premiums I might have on here. I might give out still.
Yeah, that's right. We'll take a look here at our morning style. You guys are very familiar with the morning style. We've kind of teased this a few times. We'll see how it rolls here. Of course, it works today. We had some folks out today, but in the days that we're a bit shorthanded, we'll do morning style, and just want to make sure I have the Dodger game going. All right, see how this is going. All right, let's get started here with baseball. We're gonna go one game at a time here with three of us here. We're gonna start off here with the Red Sox and Orioles going head to head. We're seeing the Orioles about $1.69. The total sits here at 8.5. Tony Brown.
Yeah, this one is actually one of my premiums, but I'll go ahead and talk about it. It's kind of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Orioles are rolling, and I always say in any other sport, like a winning streak is not as important as it is in baseball because there's so many games. You know what I mean? Like a hockey winning streak or a football winning streak, 2, 3 games, whatever. When baseball teams are on winning streaks, you ride them, and when they're on losing streaks, you fade them. That's as simple as that. With 162 games, I faded the Dodgers this morning. It looks like it's going to hold up. And then, once they start back winning, we'll pick it up again. But Baltimore actually has the longest winning streak going in baseball right now at 6 games. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'll take the Orioles in that one.
I try Brown on the Orioles. Wayne, how do you see it?
I'm with Tony Brown. I love the Orioles here, but I just don't love the number. And Boston's a sneaky team on the road. They've been playing a lot better on the road. So with that numbers being where it is, I kind of a little hesitant because I know this is where Boston plays their best baseball. They do have Bayo on the mound. He's been up and down this season. I do think that Baltimore has the pitching advantage with Rodriguez on the ground. Back end, have to give that to Baltimore. Bats, leaning Baltimore. Just don't love the line in that one, but I'll be on Baltimore if I did make a move on that one.
Yeah, the price for me seems a little high here on the Orioles. We know the issues with the Red Sox against the division, but I have to take the price here with the Red Sox. They've been a pretty good underdog. When we look at them here, let's see, underdog here 27-23 when they're at underdog of +125 to +175 last 2 seasons. That 16-unit return. Bayo on the road 13-5, the team behind the past 2 seasons. That's a 9.5-unit return. So I would look there at taking the plus money there with the Red Sox. I don't think that's going to be a very I think a lot of folks are going to be on the Orioles. I think in this one, but I just think the price for me is a little high here for a divisional game. And in fact, Bayo has been pretty good on the road. All right, we move on to the Pirates and Tigers as we get into some interleague action here with these two teams. Well, we don't know, these offenses can be very, very weak at times, but we're going to get let me pull the lineup here right now in this game. It's the Pirates and the Pirates and Tigers have been postponed, so that game has just been postponed. We'll keep an eye on the makeup date there in that one. All right, let's continue on here. We'll look at the next one on the board here, St. Louis and Cincinnati. We're seeing here the Reds now about $1.29 favorite, total 9.5, Tony Brown.
Yep, and this is the one where I'll go kind of opposite of what I was saying. No one wins forever and no one loses forever. Cincinnati happens to be on a nice little 4-game win streak, but they weren't playing too good of teams, and Cincinnati's not a team you really want to ride. Like, just because there are 162 games, even bad teams like Oakland and the White Sox will get on a 1 or 2 game win streak. But at this price, yeah, I'll go ahead and fade Cincinnati and expect that streak to come on to an end.
All right, well, what do you think?
I'm liking St. Louis two in this one, just based off the numbers team, and I feel like these teams have indicative to their record. They've been playing pretty much the same. Reds haven't been outstanding at home, slightly under 500, and St. Louis is starting to creep up as a better road team. Pitching, I do give the edge to Cincinnati, but I like what I've been seeing out of St. Louis despite their loss last game, and I like the underdog price with them, so I'll be on St. Louis in this one.
Yeah, it looks like we got a three-way consensus here, all on the Cardinals here. Yeah, I like Gibson has been showing some improvement here, for this Cardinals team, and I like what I'm seeing from these bats. Boy, these bats were just dead. I mean, the first month of the season, first month and a half. But it looks to me the Cardinals have got their hitting going. The Cincinnati is still just hitting 216 at home. And when you look at the Reds as a favorite role here at home at this price, between minus 100, minus 100, minus 150, they're 31 and 40, but 18-unit loss over the past two seasons. I would, with you guys here, agree with it on the St. Louis Cardinals. All right, we'll continue on as we get to the next game here on the board. We got the Athletics and the Rays. The Rays are going to be up there, big favorite. I saw a really low opening line overnight, but that must have been wrong. It was closer to like $1.10, but now we're seeing the Rays here, $1.65 with a total of 7.5. Tony Brown.
I didn't look at this game. I actually had, the games that I capped and I put on for premium. I kind of skipped over this one. But just from what you said, I would go with the Rays on the run line. That is kind of a high price. I know it takes money to make money. I'll be more confident laying that with the Baltimore or whatever. I'll take the Rays on the run line. If they're going to beat the Athletics, they're going to beat them. So they're going to beat them by a couple runs. There's no need to lay that heavy juice. And then if you lose, you just lose straight up instead of losing 160. But outside of the White Sox and the Marlins, the A's have been one of the worst teams in baseball, and they have a reason. They don't have a home anymore. Like, they're kicked out of Oakland. Their home games average about 60, 70 people, and they're just kind of just playing to play. So no need to take the A's, and no need to take whoever they're playing at that heavy juice. So I'd go ahead and take Tampa run line on that one if I played that one.
All right, Wayne, how do you see it?
Yeah, I'm liking Tampa run line in this spot too. Liking what I've seen from Little Hair lately. I'm liking the Rays. We know they're a streaky team. Win 4 or 5, lose 4 or 5. I think this is one of them series where they come out and they dominate at home. Some haven't did this season, but they've known to do in the past. And there were 4 or 5 games below 500 at home. They're starting to creep up to where they're almost even. When I think eventually they will have a winning home record in games like this, or what's going to push them over the top of the winning home record. Give me the Rays here.
Yeah, it looks like we have a consensus agreement here. It's tough for me to back the Oakland A's in their night games, hitting 195, putting 2.7 runs a game, losing 21 of those games. The Rays a little better offense here. Spence is a converted reliever, so we might see a lot of the Oakland bullpen, which has kind of struggled a bit of late. And the talent is a converted reliever, but he's put up some respectable numbers. And I kind of look at it this way: when you used to be a middle reliever like Littell, and now you're a starting pitcher, you got to start seeing dollar signs because you have an opportunity to make a rotation, if not this year, next year, and your salary will go up. For a middle reliever, you're not going to make a whole lot of money, but you used to be a middle reliever. Now you convert to starting position. I think this is definitely a big motivational year here for Littell to really increase his career earnings when you're able to get a starting job. And I think he's going to try. And I think he's pitching like he's trying to keep it and not have to be resorted back to the bullpen where you see a big cut in pay in the market. So I'll be with you guys there on Tampa Bay on that run line. All right, let's continue here on our drive through. We're doing a morning show format here. We've got Tony Brown and Wayne Scott with us today. Next game up on the board will be the Nationals and those Atlanta Braves. Oh my goodness. Almost kind of feel like they're almost like the Dodgers, right? They're having their ups and downs, some downs right now. We're going to look at the line right now here with this one. It's a big one here. We're seeing Atlanta favored 242 at total 8.5. Tony Brown.
Yeah, this is a no play for me. Just because the simple fact that Atlanta's struggling, you know what I mean? So, of course, you don't want to lay a big line with them, even though they're one of the better teams in the National League. They're struggling right now. But do you trust Washington? I don't trust Washington either. So, I don't want to lay the juice with Atlanta. I don't trust Washington. and I just would stay away from this game. Like the goal is to make money. You know what I mean? It's quality over quantity. Some of the games you don't bet. You know what I mean? We're not just out here throwing money at every game. So this one for me personally would just be a no go.
Yeah, just for clarification, we came up the morning format here on the go. The Cappers didn't have any, we're not given notice up front. This was a decision made within 15 minutes ago, and we had a lot of opt-outs here. There's some bad weather in Texas as well, so just for the record there. So you may see some opt-outs from some of the games here. It's because this was really on a last-minute decision here to go with the morning type of format, with, of course, with the 2 guest lists. I think it's the best way to do it. All right, Wayne, how do you see this one, Nationals and Braves?
I see this as some pure damn disrespect to the Nationals. This line is this line is out of hand with how good the Nationals have been. I kind of disagree on Tony with I agree on him in the fact that Atlanta's not playing good, so why not take a shot? Urban, he's been pitching well. The bats just haven't backed him. These bats have been playing much better recently. Fry, he's up and down. He's one of them pitchers to me that gets overpriced like a day like this. Is he a bad pitcher? No, but is he priced like Kershaw on against decent teams? Yeah, I think he's overpriced. And I'm gonna take my shots with the Nats in this one. I just don't love the pitcher they got up. Don't love their bats the way they've looking recently. Acuna's going down. Already missing Riley. Some of their heavy hitters in this lineup. I'm gonna ride the Nationals here and take that double my money on this game.
Yeah, I'm on the game here. I like this one under 8.5. When you think of Braves, you think under. They have been an under team here at home, going under in 24 of the 32 home games. Their bullpen's performed okay. Believe it or not, the Nationals bullpen has been all right too. When you have a Nationals team ERA 3.68 in thetheir road games, I like that. When they've been a big dog of plus 175 to plus 250 the past 2 seasons, they've been under. They've been under 6-1 against a NL team on the road with an on-base percentage of 325 or lower this season. And Atlanta's been having their issues. Well, you see, just look at their unders in their games. So I'm going to look their under 8.5 here with the Nationals and the Atlanta Braves. All right, we'll move on here to the next one here on the board, and it will be this one between Toronto and the Chicago White Sox. And we'll give you the numbers here. It's going to be a big line here for Toronto. 212, total 7.5, Tony Brown.
Yeah, I'd actually this would be a double play for me. I would take Toronto on the run line just because the White Sox are the worst team in baseball. They have the sitting in dead last place, and only Miami has played worse on the road. They're second to last on the road. You can't score if you can't hit, and you can't hit and you can't win if you can't do any of those things. They rank dead last in hits, and they rank dead last in runs per game. So they're going to get there, not get to the plate, not get any hits, not get any runs, and then they'll end up in last place. And that's exactly what's happening. So anytime you can bet against the White Sox, go ahead and fade them. It's been very, very profitable this season. And I like that under because I see all the scoring being one-sided with the White Sox being dead last in scoring because they're dead last in hitting. So This one is a parlay for me. I'm going Toronto and the under, or I'll just take Toronto on the run line and get it done that way.
All right, Wayne, how do you see it?
I gotta take my shot with the White Sox. I liked it a lot more with Clevenger pitching. I do see a possible pitching change, but Toronto is not a team that I like to back. They are just overly priced, and they're not a good team, especially not on the road. They only have 2 more wins than the White Sox have at home, and you're willing to lay double digits with them. Tony says the White Sox can't bat. He's not lying, but neither can the Blue Jays. That's what he's not mentioning. On the road too, I definitely think that the White Sox are worth a shot here with my guy on the mound, Bassett on the mound. He's another pitcher who's overrated. Can he come out here and throw a gem? Yeah, but White Sox have been playing a lot stronger lately in the last 2 weeks, not just 7 days. Last 2-3 weeks, they've been playing some good basketball, hitting runs in at a more consistent rate. I'm going to take my shot with the White Sox here.
All right, and I'll look at this one. Is Jake Woodford will be the pitcher here for Chicago. He's been promoted. He was in AAA. He spent spring training with the team, didn't make the team because he had such a bad year with St. Louis last year, but he's had 2 good seasons, 2 bad seasons in Major League Baseball. And again, here we go. Here's an opportunity for a pitcher to earn to increase his career earnings by having a good rest of the season here. So numbers were kind of crooked there in the minors this year, and that's how it happens a lot, right? We see these teams with these crooked numbers in the minors, and somehow, some way, they figure it out when they get to the major league level again. But this will be 1, 2, 3. This will be the fourth time call up here for Woodford, but I'm with Tony Brown with the under 8.5, because we know the Chicago team is just struggling hitting the baseball, just 2-1 over their past 7 games. Toronto is not hitting the ball as well on the road. Matter of fact, when Toronto faces the AL Central the past 2 seasons, they've been 36-15 to the under. And when we look here at this team against AL teams that average 4.4 runs or fewer per game, so these light hitting offensive teams, they've gone under in 37 of 57. So I'm going to be looking here at under total here of 8.5. All right, we'll continue on here. Scoreboard update here. Dodgers down 2-1, batting on the top of the ninth with a runner on first base. So the Dodgers are threatening. There are no more shadows in the ballpark, so the pitchers in shadows and so are the hitters. So we'll see if the Dodgers can rally here, the ninth inning here, down 2-1, no outs, runner on first here in this one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. As we're getting here, we're going to look at the other Chicago team here in this battle in the division between the Cubs and the Brewers. Brewers are big favorites here, $1.59, total 8. We go to Tony Brown.
Yep, another one. Like I said, I wasn't prepared for this one. I didn't even look at it. I picked a nice 3-play for the morning, and then I have a triple play for later on today with the NBA, NHL, and my MLB laser lock. So I had 6 games that I looked at, but there were over 40 games on the board. I couldn't look at them all. It's a division game, so anytime you got a division game, you always want to look at the dog, or you always want to look at the run line with the underdog, because they're division rivals, so the record can kind of go out the window. They hate each other. They're always going to leave it all on the line when they play each other. So I guess I would go with the Cubs on the run line on that one, just because it's a division game and it's game 1 of the series just getting started, and they're just going to go at it with Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee's not, like a super team, so I don't want to take my shot on the run line. I think they will get it done at home. On the money line, I think they do get it done at home, so I'll just take the Cubs on the run line to be safe.
It comes on the run line. This is from Tony Brown. We always want to make mention of the pitching matchup. Ben Brown here for Chicago, Peralta here for Milwaukee. How do you see it, Wayne?
I like the Brewers here. I just could not get there because of the line. Simple as that. I agree with Tony though. This just being a divisional game, I do feel like there's going to be some good back and forth from this game, and I wouldn't be opposed to anybody taking Chicago in this spot, but just based off the line, based off the play, I like the Brewers in this one.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there with the Brewers here. With Peralta, this would be more of a parlay piece if that's what you do. When we are going to handicap 15 games over here, there's going to be some favorites here we're going to like, and this is one of them. I like the favorite in this spot. Matter of fact, when you look at Milwaukee, they've been pretty good against the division, 14-7. They hit right-handers pretty well, and it's the Cubs hitting just 185 over their past 7 games, put up 2.6 runs a game. So I'll look here at Milwaukee in this one. Let's give you an update on this Mets-Dodger game. Hit by Lux. First and third for LA, down 2-1, top of the ninth, no out here. Will the Cubs bullpen blow another one? Will they blow another one? Looks like they're on pace to do it again. As no outs here, and the Dodgers, first and third, remember, there are no more shadows, both the pitcher and the hitter in shadows, so the Dodgers get a little bit of a break here as we're late here in the early evening now in New York, and looks like Taylor drops the bunts, the pitcher misses it, and we got the run scores for LA, a 2-2 tie. The pitcher had a possible double play ball. If he caught the ball, he went through the runner out at third. He drops it, and it's 2-2 in a huge screw up here. I think the pitcher got a little distracted by the runner coming down from third. He probably didn't expect it because the bunt was popped up in the air, and the runner was running on contact. He would have been out. He would have been out. It would have been a double play, maybe even a triple play, because the runner was at second base. If he would have caught that bunt, it would have been a triple play. Oh my God. Wow, incredible there. Incredible, because the runner was running on contact. So the runner was at second base. The guy was running, crossing the plate. It would have been a triple play there. Oh, my goodness. How that was just amazing play right there. All right, here we go. Next one up, 2 division rivals again. Royals and Twins going head-to-head. It was a pretty, Royals made a bit of a comeback. It fell short yesterday, but boy, those Royals were, I don't like to say public dogs. I don't like to get caught up in that, but, the folks thought that Royals were public dogs. I was on them yesterday. They didn't come through, but, hey, they made a good run that night. Royals today favored $1.28. The total sits here at 7.5.
Yeah, funny you mentioned that. I only like the Royals because of the comeback last night. Like they were getting killed, and then they just came up one short. They picked up late in the ninth, kind of tried to make the comeback, and I think it's going to carry over to you know what I mean. Once those bats swinging, it wasn't like the early start. It was start. So it's like.
All right, looks like Tony Brown's going to have to reconnect here. All right, Wayne, how do you see this one here? We got back Tony Brown? Let's go to Wayne now.
I agree. I agree with what Tony Brown was going to, just because of the momentum of the bats coming back late.
All right, tell you you're frozen a little bit. Try to sign in, back out, and sign back in again. All right, Wayne, what do you got?
Yeah, I like the Royals in this spot, man. I love backing good teams off of a loss. Royals, one of the best teams in MLB in the road favorite spot. Royals to me are the better team on paper, batting better. Loving the Royals pitcher up here with Reagan, and I like the Royals in this spot, man. Just solid in all the spots, but not only solid, we're getting a good number with the better team. So I like the Royals in this one.
Yeah, I was kind of going back and forth with them. I settled here on the Twins for the price. Let's see if we're still at play. We're still getting plus money on the plus 118. The Royals on the road hitting 227. That's the one thing, and they're a 500 team on the road. And Minnesota is hitting left-handed starters, and I'm just hoping here that we can get to the bullpen late in the game and just keep it a close game. This Wes Richardson, I believe, is a rookie, right? This is his first year. I think he's pitched in. I think he would be classified as a rookie because he had very few starts the last year. Wes Richardson, I remember him coming in. He pitched one game in 2022. He pitched. Looks like he had a cup of coffee in 2023. So this basically would be like a rookie season here. We're back, Tony Brown. We'll get to you in a second here. So Richardson has been put up some respectable numbers. So if this becomes a pitching duel, I would prefer the Twins bullpen late in the game in this spot. So I look at the Twins at plus money. I'll go back to you, Tony Brown, this Royals Twins.
Yeah, I would just say I like the Royals to come in with the momentum that they carried from that late comeback and go ahead and put it all the way together this game.
All right, we'll continue on here on our show here, Drive Thru. It's going to be 2-2, a double play ball by the Dodgers with 2 runners on. So we go to the bottom of the ninth in a 2-2 tie. So, they get the tie, but it could have been a lot worse here because the Dodgers, again, lack of clutch hitting here in this spot where they could have taken the lead. So 2-2 to the bottom of the ninth. All right, we'll go here to game 2 of this one between the Dodgers and the Mets. Let's just keep an eye on, see what the pitching, if there's any change in pitching. It's going to be the same. Stone and Quintana go head-to-head here in game 2 of this doubleheader. We may have extended play. We're not sure yet. We're at the bottom of the ninth here in a tied game, and we're going to get you the line here. It is the Dodgers will be favored $1.16. The total sits at 8. I know, Tony Brown, this was going to be your show pick.
Yeah, for sure. This was my show pick for today, and I was going with the Dodgers. I had assumed we would be on a 6-game losing streak because I had took the Mets today plus 1.5. We might. I still might get that one if the Dodgers can just win it by 1. But either way, I didn't think nothing was going to last forever. The Dodgers got the pitching advantage in this one for sure. Quintana struggled a little bit. He's 1-4 in 5 starts, and his ERA is over 5. So no way to get back on track than a bad pitcher. And it's a doubleheader. They already played him once this morning. It's a tight game, so I was looking for the Dodgers to break out of that skid and get this one, especially at this price, 125, because just like the how I believe Colorado is not the best team and they're on a win streak and we're going to fade them. I think Dodgers are one of the best teams in the league. They're just on a losing streak, so we're going to, go for that to end. Even with this losing streak, they still have one of the best records in the league with 33 wins. So I think they definitely get it done in game 2 and get back on the right side of the winning track.
I told Brown likes the Dodgers in game 2. Wayne, how do you see game 2 of this one?
I like the Dodgers. I'm just not sure what the line was. I didn't really look at the Dodgers Mets game.
$1.16.
Too many times do I like to bet on those teams. But you said $1.60?
$1.16, 1.6.
Oh, 16. Okay. Yeah. I like the Dodgers at that point. Definitely coming off this game. Whether they win or lose, as Tony said, I think they have pitching advantage. I think they are the better team. I have not liked the way the Mets have looked as of lately. They're just not batting well. They're a team that just struggles to put it together. Either have a good pitcher not batting well, or good batting, and then their pitchers are giving up just as many runs as they're hitting in. So Mets are a tricky team. I'm gonna go with the more consistent team in the Dodgers.
Right, going Dodgers there. And I looked at this game. I looked at this one going under again. I mean, it's just, again, we're just getting these teams are really struggling at the plate. They got two pretty good bullpens. Again, I'm just hoping the Mets can close it out here so we won't have to go into extras and tax the bullpen up a little bit more. But Quintana's put up better numbers at home. Stone has been better on the road. And the Mets have been 14-5 in the under against right-handed starters this year. The Dodgers, against these bad hitting lineups, hit 245 or lower the past two seasons, have gone under in 36 of 22. So I'll look to the under here in game 2 of this doubleheader. All right, we'll continue here on our drive-through morning style here. We're joined by Tony Brown and Wayne Scott. Let's take a look at the next game here on the board here. But we're actually going to hit, before we get to it, we got a game started in 5 minutes. Tony Brown, let everybody know what you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium before these.
All right, well, I already got my games going off in the morning, so you weren't able to get any of those, but I had a nice 3-pack in the MLB. We started off with the just Dodger game, but I have my best plays. They saved the best for last. My NHL playoff perfect pick, my NBA playoff perfect pick, and my MLB laser lock. That's my top 3 plays from all 3 leagues. One low price. Break your bookie 3 times over. It's $25 for each pick, but it's only $35 to get all 3 of them and win big today.
All right, how about you, Wayne?
I have 6 plays, 5 MLB, 1 WNBA. I have a WNBA with 2 MLB, so that'll be a 3-pack for you guys. I have my best bet in MLB, and I have an extra 2 for my long-term folks. So you hop over there, pick it any way you want to. You pair me up with one of these top guys that you see on the show right here, or some of the other handicappers that weren't in today. Whoever floats your boat, just pair me up with them. We'll continue to put this cash in your pocket. Loving this card for tonight. Huge MLB card. Good money out there.
Yeah, I got a best bet from the NBA up there right now, as well as a 3-pack from baseball. So get signed up, guys. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save 15% off. Long-term passes will serve you really well. Remember, any one-day pass up at Pick Dogs is credit guarantee. Must turn on profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back to your account for site credits. That is profit guarantee. Credit guarantee. All right, let's continue here on the show. The Mets are threatening here. 2 runners on, 1 out, and a 2-2 tie. So the Mets here with a runner in scoring position in the bottom 9th, looking for a walk-off. All right, let's continue on here on a drive-through. Next game on the board here, Arizona and Texas. It looks like fat, and we're going to go to Eovaldi here. Earlier overnight, we thought it might have been Dunning, but it's going to be Eovaldi here. So now we're seeing the line here, Texas $1.25, total 8.5 to Tony Brown.
Right. It's looking like a World Series rematch, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's too early to say it's a revenge game. I mean, like, it's still early in the season. Of course, Arizona wants to get their lick back, but I don't think that's going to be a big motivation for the thing. Who's at home in that one?
Rangers at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go with the Rangers. They're the defending World Series champion. This is who they took out in the World Series, and they got them at home. So it's no need to fix the wheel if it isn't broken. Let's keep Texas and stay rolling at home and pick this one up.
Wayne?
Yeah, I like Texas more as an underdog now that they're here in this favorite. This is not a game that I have a bet on. I definitely think this will be a close game. It's just hard for me to make a good valid reason for any side outside of Texas when there was an underdog, because I feel like they had a good chance to win. But now that Diamondbacks are flipped to a dog, kind of it's a little more enticing to take Fade that. That's his nickname, but I won't be fading him today. I'll take my shots with the Diamondbacks. Until Texas turns it around, I think Diamondbacks have been playing much better.
Yeah, Arizona's had struggles against the American League, losing 8 of 12, hitting just 206. The bullpen for the Rangers has been better at home. What concerns me with Arizona is that run production in that Miami series. It was pretty dreadful. I like Eovaldi here, so I'll look at the Rangers in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through morning style today. Is we got Tony Brown and Wayne Scott with us today. Remember, the Cappers were not aware that we were doing this style until late in the afternoon here, right before showtime. So they're able to produce the content. See, this is all great. This really puts the test of knowledge on both Tony and Wayne, and they like hit it out outside the fence, right? We're going to cover every game. Let's do it. I said, want to do one or four at a time? No, give me every. All right, we can handle every game. I like it. All right, Colorado and Cleveland. I believe this was Wayne's show pick. We got McKenzie and Feltner here going head to head. We'll start with Wayne because this was his show pick.
Yeah, I feel like the Rockies are a public dog. They've been playing well recently, but this Cleveland team is definitely a top 5 team in this league. They've been getting it done with pitching and strong batting. They've been getting it done coming out early and smoking teams, and they've been getting done coming back. I love Cleveland in a bounce back spot. They're also sneakily good in game 2 of a series. Just a lot of spots that I normally back Cleveland in. I like them in this spot. We're not laying a huge price with them. A lot of people are probably gonna say it's a trick game. I think smacks the Rockies at home.
All right, Tony Brown, look, you're frozen. Maybe are you there, Tony? All right, this Dodger pitcher Hudson can't even find the plate. 3-0 count, bases loaded, one walk away, a ball away from a walk-in walk for the Mets here as Hudson can't find the plate, and he gets a high strike there right on the corner. So it's 3-1 count, 2-2 tie, Dodgers and Mets. Mets looking for the winner here with bases loaded. All right, in this one, I'm kind of swimming with the public here with the Colorado at plus 129. In this one, again, Colorado has shown much improvement here at home, winning 7 of their past 8 in their past 7 games, averaging about 4.5 runs per game. Well, of course, we've talked at length here about the Rockies as a home dog. We look at the past 2 seasons when they've been at even money or greater. They're 44 and 47, returning 18.5 units of profit. They've been pretty good at home against these top-tier teams that won with a 620 or better record, winning 14 of 23. So in this one, I'll be looking at the Rockies here plus 129. A short fly ball here leaves the laces loaded now. So Hudson may work out of this one. 2 outs, bases loaded, 2-2 tie, Mets and Dodgers, bottom of the 9th. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Tony Brown still work on his connection here. Hopefully we can get him back here in a little bit. But this was again Wayne's show pick, and it would be on Cleveland here at minus 125. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we're ready here for the next game on the board. Yankees with Cortez against the Angels and Canning here. We see in this game, of course, the Yanks are going to be favored here about $1.74 and a total of 8.5 to Wayne.
Yes, he can. Round with the Angels, man. I know it's not going to be a popular pick. Smith is normally one of my guys, man. He's a solid pitcher from New York. But I like the fact that the Angels are coming off a 3-game home losing skid, and they're catching the Yankees off they've been playing well last series, but at the same time they're catching them off a loss. And we know the Yankees, after a loss, when their bats aren't going, that's when they're most susceptible. I think Candy can come out here and have a strong game with them. I'm just not laying that price with New York on the road, even though they've been playing well on the road. Coming off this San Diego series, I like for the Angels to get a home win in front of their home straight. We're getting a good price on it. Solid pitcher. Angels also have a good history of beating New York. New York hasn't won in the Angels in quite some time. I don't have the exact number, but I know it's been a couple of years since they won on the Angels field. So give me the Angels here. Until they do it, I'm going to ride with the plus money.
All right, we got Wayne riding with a plus money. The Mets choke it again. Bases loaded, 1 out. They can't get the run over. We're going to the top of the 10th. 2 pop-ups. Horrible hitting by the Mets here to unable to take advantage of the bases loaded in a tie game in the bottom of the 9th. All right, and this one.
What's new there, Tony? What's new?
Nothing's new.
You weren't about the Mets hitting. Yeah, they got the lineup of the damn century for the Mets, and you got to worry about their hitting. I just don't get it with them.
They blew a 2-0 run, 2-0 lead late. The bullpen coughed up the lead, and then the hitters in a position to win the game can't get it done. It's just a double whammy in that 9th inning here for them. I'm looking here at the over 8.5. It comes down from 9 here. There's one thing about the Angels. I said this the other day, I think on the Saturday show, is that you look at the Angels when they're facing left-handed pitching. And they've been actually against lefties. They're hitting 290, putting up 6 runs a game. and they've won 6 runs per game in 10 games against them. And I believe they won 7 of those games. But Cortez, I would consider a pretty good starting pitcher here, although his numbers have not been as sharp on the road. But again, with the Angels, their bullpen has been horrible on the road. An ERA of 6.15 in 25 games. New York has been crushing right-handers. That's why it took me off. I couldn't take. I mean, the Yankees are juiced up high. I like to take the Angels when they're facing left-handers with this big dog price, but their bullpen scares me against this Yankee lineup. And when you look at the Angels, are 30 and 15th to the over when they're a home dog of even money or greater the past 2 seasons. And I know how the Mets operate. I mean, the Yankees operate. It doesn't matter who's managing. This is a smart team. They're going to work that pitch count on Canning to get to that horrible bullpen. And I think when that happens, you're going to see fireworks here late. So that's why I like that over the total of 8.5 here with the Yankees and the Angels. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Tony Brown, where are you? We missed you, buddy. All right, we'll get him back hopefully a little bit. All right, let's go here to the West Coast game. Continue with the West Coast Astros in Seattle. That was a close game last night. But tonight we got Hunter Brown and Luis Castillo going head-to-head here. And in this one, we've got Seattle here going to be favored $1.22, total 7.5. Wayne.
Yeah, I'm liking Seattle in here. I'm loving this pitching matchup. Hunter Brown, he's just a guy who hasn't been good this season. He's a guy who's actually I have a quite good time of picking when to fade him, and I think this is another game where we can fade him. Luis Castillo, he started off rough, but he's been lights out his last 3 games, only allowing 2 runs. Seattle's bats do worry me in some spots, but not with Hunter Brown on the mound. We're getting a light number with Seattle at home. I think they get back-to-back wins in this situation.
Yeah, they're from Wayne. In this game, I'm going under again. I know it's Hunter Brown, but man, this Seattle offense is just, man, it's hard for me. It's hard to back them. 217 at home, hitting this Mariners team. They've gone under in 17 and 25 of their home games. When they're lined as favorites of even money to 150, they're 15 and 5 to the under. It's hard for me to back Seattle at home as a favorite anytime because this hitting lineup, man, I've seen it happen too many times. They got the great pitching matchup, and everything looks great on paper, right? And then, sure enough, they can't hit a lick. I've seen this living on the West Coast. I've seen a lot of Seattle home games, and I have sat through some horrible. And I'm sure Tony Brown has been on the West, being on in Pacific time as well. Has seen a lot of horrible Seattle games when they can't score any runs at home. So I'll look there for under 7.5. Tony Brown, you with us? Back with us?
Yeah, I was only prepared for my one pick today. I wasn't in the studio, so I lost power to my device, but I'm back now.
All right,
and I have seen a lot of bad games, but I'm old enough to let you know that I've seen a lot of good ones. I was around for the Ichiro era, and I've seen Ken Griffey, so that's a double-edged sword with that one.
All right, Tony Brown, a 2-run homer by Friedman is now 5-2 Dodgers, top of the 10th with a massive rally here in the top of the 10th as we went to extras here. Mookie Betts with an RBI single. Of course, they put the little league runner at second base, right? So they got now 5-2. So you underbettors are sweating this one now. All of a sudden, I hate this extra inning rule, but it's 5-2 Dodgers now as Freeman goes yard on Lopez here as the Mets bullpen implodes.
You never bet your team. When you bet with them, they lose. When you bet against them, they win. So you know how that goes.
Oh, I know the feeling there. All right, let's continue here.
9th inning.
Oh man, that 9th inning.
I was just about to say, the 9th inning, one of the scariest times of baseball, man. Some shit can change real quick.
I'm telling you, I thought that was a triple play ball if I ever saw one. If that pitcher catches that pop up, that little bunt pop up, because those runners are both running on the pitch. Oh my goodness, that's just a dreadful way to lose a game. All right, here we go. Miami and the Padres here tonight. It's Luzardo versus Waldron. In this one, we're seeing Seattle we're seeing in this one, it's the Marlins and Padres over in San Diego. The Padres $1.34, total of 7. Tony Brown.
Yeah, I'm all over San Diego in this one. The Marlins, they're in a tight race, but it's for dead last with the White Sox and the Athletics. Like they're going nowhere and going nowhere fast. They started bad, picked up a couple games in the middle, stayed bad. They're bad right now. I think they're what 1-9 last 10 games, 6 game losing streak, something like that. Like, yeah, no need to. Again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. San Diego at home. This is game 2 of the series, right? They got game
Yep.
1 already.
Yep.
Yep. Let's just keep it rolling. I got the Padres. I like that line. Not too high of juice. Padres on the money line is a good play right there.
All right, over to Wayne in this one.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite side of that. I hear Tony, but I like the way Miami's been playing recently. I like the way they even fought in yesterday's game. Had a good shot to win it. You could say the batting lost it because of how many runs they gave, but pitching and running is never good either. So the pitching kind of lost it for them too. But I like the chances here with Lazardo on the mound. San Diego is not one of them teams I run from. They're actually one of the teams I like to fade, and they are 500 on the year. So you're normally getting underdog prices on the other side. So if you catch a good team with a good pitcher in a good situation like this, I take my shots on San Diego, and I don't see why I'm not taking a shot with Lazardo. He's been playing a lot better as of recently. Miami's bats have looked better. I'm not saying they're good, but they do have some decent guys in the lineup that can hit some runs in, and they're starting to get going. And I like Miami in this spot.
I know it's a low total, but I like the under still in this game. The Padres 227 against lefties here, going under an 11-17. Marlins bullpen has performed well on the road here, and the Marlins bat just 221 on the road, going under and 17 at 26 away from home. And the Padres 20-5 to the under against these good pitchers that have a low whip of 1.15 or lower this past 2 seasons. So I'll go under 7 in this one. All right, to close out baseball, it's the Phillies and Giants going head to head here. We'll take a look at the line in this one here. It's 9:45. We've got the Phillies big favorites at $1.90. The total sits here at 7.5. And your pitching matchups: Zach Wheeler for Philadelphia. Spencer Howard will be a primary as the Giants go with an opener. Tony Brown.
I'm actually torn on this one. It has a lot of stats for both teams, a lot both ways. I guess I'll give a pick on it now because I'm here, but I stayed away from this one just because everything looks good each way. Like, we got the Phillies; they're the number 1 team in baseball, so we got that going for them. They won more games than anybody. So if you've been betting with the Phillies, you've won more games than betting with any team in baseball. And not to mention that, they're the best team after a loss. Like, the losses have come so few and far between for Philly. After a loss, they're like 80-something%. And now they're coming off back-to-back losses. So it seems like Philly is the play here, but that high is due. And they're coming off back-to-back losses, which one of them was to this San Francisco team. I don't really want to lay the juice, or I don't really want to lay the run line, but I don't want to bet against the number 1 team in baseball, especially coming off a loss. So for me, as just a person who does this for a living and trying to make some money, it's just a no play. But if you have to play it, I say parlay Philly with the Dallas Mavericks. Like, just the money line's just too high for Philly. The run line's too ridiculous to take. I just say stay safe, parlay them with somebody. And who else do I like tonight? I like that.
Parlay piece there. All right, Wayne Scott, how do you see this one?
Take shot on the over on this one. Wheeler on the mound, bullpen game on the other side. These teams trend to the over when going against each other in their last 10, 6-3-1. Phillies has been an over team all season. San Fran starting to push to the over. Both of these teams batting well against opposing pitchers' arms. As far as Phillies go batting against lefties, and San Fran batting against righties. I think this all spells out for an over. Bullpen wise, now on the season points to over, but as of recently, last 10, 5, and even 2 weeks, both of these bullpens have been playing good, so I have to point that out. But I think from the starting pitchers, we can get the over here.
All right, this one, I'm going to take the big dog here with the Giants. Looks like we're going to be all 3 opposites here today. Not on the same, there's no consensus here. It's just I like the way the Giants have been hitting the baseball. They're putting across 7 runs a game over their past 7. They've won 9 of their past 11. Philly's kind of stumbled on this road trip, losing 3 of 4. So I'll look here at the Giants at this big plus price. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Now it's time to turn our attention to the NBA tonight. You can see here on the bug that we've got the Timberwolves and Mavericks, and something that caught my attention is the line. We're seeing anywhere between 1.5 and 1 right now. Total 211.5 with the T-Wolves and the Mavericks. Mavericks looking for the series sweep. We've never, since 1971, we've never had both the Eastern and Western Conference series end in a sweep. How do you see this one, Tony Brown?
Yeah, I'm all over the Mavericks. I told you guys on Tuesday that my pick was Dallas over Boston at plus 650 to win the NBA championship. So Boston already held up their part. Mavericks just need one more game out of the next four to get to their part. And then we got 650 odds on them to beat the Celtics. We can hedge that the other way and make some serious money no matter what happens. So I definitely think that Dallas gets it done tonight. Only reason the line is so low, I believe, is just because of history. It's never been done before, so I guess, with history against you. And then the closeout games are always the hardest. Minnesota literally has nothing to lose at this point, so they are going to leave it all on the floor. But at the end of the day, Kyrie and Luka, I don't know if I can name another backcourt better than that right now. Like, you can go to either one of those guys as a closer. Kyrie already has a championship, both all-stars, Olympic players for their country. Like, it's one of the best backcourts in the game with the home court advantage, the coaching. They got the electric owner. They got everything going for them right now. I like Dallas.
All right, talking about Dallas, how do you see it, Wayne?
Well, we haven't agreed on too many things in baseball. We can agree on this pick. I like the Mavericks, man, for a lot of reasons Tony just said. They have two legit closers. So when this game gets tight down the line, Ant-Man's still young, Karl Anthony Towns up and down. He can be a closer some games, but I wouldn't on a game 7 or something like that, I wouldn't want to trust him. So to be honest with you, and one thing that people are not pointing out is Dallas defensively. Just the big men, the additions they added. I think this team is playing well. They haven't played bad since these additions, and you got to see them with something that's hot, and they're definitely hot right now. So, I'm going to take them close out Minnesota here.
Yeah, I like teams that win close games late. That's a sign. Like we saw that with the Celtics in Indiana, and I like the Mavericks. And here's the reason why I like the Mavericks is the situation here is when the lower seed is looking for the closeout, which means if you lose this game, you can blink your eye and it'll be up 3-2 because this series goes back to Minnesota. Now if this game were played in Minnesota and Dallas had Game 5 at home, it might be a different situation. But if you're up 3-0 and you have Game 4 at home, you don't want to lose Game 4 because you could be down. You could be up. It could be 3-2 in a blink of an eye when you go back to Minnesota. So to me, you've got to close it out here because if any team is ever going to come back down from a 3-0 deficit, it's going to be the scenario here where the better team, the higher seed, loses the first 3 because that means they have Game 5 and Game 7 at home, and that's a scenario here with Dallas as the weaker seed. They only have 3 home games in this series if it goes 7. So this, to me, they got to close it out here. They can't be screwing around because, like I said, if they lose this game, 2 of the next 3 will be in Minnesota. So you got to take care of business here. And listen, we've seen teams go on 4-game win streaks all the time, right? We know it just hasn't happened in the playoffs, but if it ever happens, it would be in a scenario like this where the lower seed wins the first 3, and then the teams with the more home games come back. So that's how I would look at it that way.
Like, Minnesota would be the team to do it. It's going to happen one time. It hasn't happened yet, but it's going to happen. Just like everything else in history, something will happen. And Minnesota is like, no offense, I say this with compliment, they're too dumb to know they're supposed to lose. Like, they were down 30 to the defending champs on the road in a Game 7, and they didn't even know it was over, and it wasn't. So they had no Ant-Man saying this is over. They don't have to win 4 games at a time. They just have to win 4, but 1 at a time. And you're right. If Dallas don't get this game tonight, I see this thing going 7.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a situation like this where the team with the more home games down 3-0 has a better shot of coming back because they'll have the more of the home games in 4, 5, 6, and 7. So you don't want to screw around here losing this game if you're the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, Game 5, 6, and 7 being 5 and 7 being home games for the team down 0-3. So
as it is, so rest would be optimal in more games than going into the finals. That's not going to be good. So I think Dallas is going to play with a sense of urgency and really get it done.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. Like I said, Dodgers close it out. Thank goodness for you under betters. 5-2. Trainin gets the save here. So Dodgers get the victory here tonight and cover the run line against the Mets, who really had a triple play in their hands to close out the game and blew it. It really was. You got to look at the highlight of that ninth inning, and it was something. All right, so we got you. We there with the Dallas Mavericks here in this spot, so we're going to turn our attention over to the NHL, which is, I will tell you, as always, it always comes through, right? It's probably going to be the NHL will probably go 7, and we get these 2 games over in a hurry. The way things look right now, it's been pretty rough here for this NBA this year. But we're going to be looking here at this one tonight between the Rangers and the Panthers. The Rangers going to be dogs here. Panthers about $1.58, total 5.5 to Tony Brown.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rangers in this one just because how hot they are. I mean, Florida's the defending Eastern champs or whatever, but the Rangers have only lost twice this postseason. They're 10-2 on the road. Like, they swept through their first round matchup. The Rangers are good. They're good on both sides of the ice. That's the thing. They got Shesterkin. I'm sure I butchered it, but that's close enough. In goal, and he's been outstanding. He's been standing on his head, not giving up too many goals. That was the first game, their last game that went over. All the other games went under. And then on offense, they chip away. They're going to be down 3-1. They might be down 3-0, and then 3-1, 3-2, 3-3. They pull it in overtime. Like, they just been finding a way to win. And with an underdog price like that, too good to pass up. We've been making too much money with them on the dog. Even if we lose, we still get the profit margin. So I like the Rangers on the money line in this one.
You have an opinion on this one, Wayne?
No, not great. No great edge on this one.
Yeah, I don't look at East Coast hockey is not my strength, so I know better. And then to try to start now, right? I'm not going to start now because hey, I got you guys the winner yesterday with the over in the Oilers game, so I'm gonna, because I know West Coast hockey, because being out here as you know, Tony Brown, being out here on the West Coast. Around 7:30 local time, a lot of games are done, and all that's left is West Coast hockey, maybe a few NBA games. So we get to watch a lot of West Coast hockey, right?
A lot of Sharks, a lot of Kings, a lot of Ducks on late at night. So it's 10:30 on the clock out here, still wide awake.
Yeah, still wide awake. So I see a lot of West. So I tell everybody, hockey. Well, I just know West Coast hockey. So that's about all. But I got the over for you guys yesterday on that game. All right. Okay, WNBA, Tony Brown, we have 3 games on the card. We won't go one by one because I don't know if you handicapped them all, but do you have any opinion on any of them, Tony Brown?
Yeah, I didn't handicap any of them, but I definitely can give my opinion on them. Let's see, give me some lines and let's see who's rolling.
All right, we'll start with Mercury and Sun here. The Mercury here is going to be 8. The total is 168. We should do 2 here. Sparks in Indiana. The Indiana's 5.5, total 165.
Okay, so I told you on the other show that my love for this game did start with the Mercury and Diana Taurasi and all them. So I have been able to watch them over the years, and that's a pretty good line. They're one of the better teams. They got Brittany Griner, they got Taurasi, so 8 points. I think I would lay that with them. If I had to lay some points with a WNBA team, it would be them or the Aces. So I'll take the 8 in that one. And did the Fever win any games yet?
Looking for the first win.
Yeah, they won
one. They won one against the Sparks. That's right. Revenge.
One.
That's right.
Yeah.
One. Revenge game for the
The
Sparks.
team they going against tonight, they beat.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and so for one, I just want to say that I think that Cameron Briggs she's a fox. So I know you can't win games like that, but for sure I will be pulling for her and the Sparks. And like I said, it's a revenge game. Indiana barely won their first game. Now they're 6-point favorites in the second one. I'll go with the Sparks on the money line just to tie it up. I don't think Indiana's that good. I think Kate Clark's a little bit overrated.
All right, over to you, Wayne, on that one. Sparks and Fever.
I agree. I agree with Tony on both of them. I'm gonna start with that first one, Tony, if you don't mind. I'm gonna get through it though. I ain't gonna talk you out of death. Yeah, Connecticut has all the pressure on them. You see, they're 5-0, but they failed to cover their last 2 against poor teams. This Phoenix team, as Tony mentioned, is way better than the last 2 teams that covered against them. They give me a big number like 8. I'm gonna take that with the Mercury. They have a chance to win this game outright. Their record may not show it, and it's very early, but they've been playing some tough games. On the other side of that, just like Tony said, I'm taking the Sparks in a revenge fashion. They were up in that game on the Fever. They made it very tough for the Fever. Shout out to the Fever for getting their first win against them. But it wasn't an easy game. And you're giving me 5 points with a team who had that lead probably about 70% of that game. I'm going to take those 5 or 6 points, and I think the Sparks get them back with their first win, our second win of the season.
Yeah, I like look at the Sparks as well. All right, we go here to the 8 o'clock game. That'll close out WNB. Storm and Sky. The Sky is lane 2 on the road, total 164.5. Tony Brown, you have an opinion on that one?
Say it one more time. I'm sorry, Tom.
Yeah, Storm and the Sky. Storm 2 on the road.
Chicago Sky, have they got a win yet?
Yeah, they're 2-2.
2-2.
They got like a plus 900 upset with the Aces, I think,
Yeah.
the other day.
Yeah, Reese took a hard fall against, someone just gave her
Yeah, she got ejected for that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. No. What's the line?
It's the Storm here 2 on the road. Fever Sky at home.
I'm going with the Sky. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just going with the Sky. Like, no one's better. Like, in that league, to me, it's only the Aces and the New York team. So no one's that much better than anyone. Like, these games should all be pick'ems. And since the Sky's at home, like being a home dog to a team that you're just as good as, I'll go with the Sky.
All right, Wayne, what do you got?
I like Seattle on that one. I think this line is kind of trappy. I normally don't say that, but I just think Chicago's been overperforming while Seattle's been underperforming, but they've gotten it rolling with their last two. We talking about hot girls. Skylar Diggins-Smith has been a hot girl for a long time, but not just a hot girl. She's an excellent hooper. And I think she gets this Seattle team, gets them to realize that, look, the Chicago team has a lot of hype, but we have the veteranship, and I think they win. There's a reason they're favored on the road, and they get this win here.
All right, before we close it out, we'll do the parlays here. Tony Brown, you got a parlay?
Yeah, for tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dallas and Philly. I like Philly because I like them on the, I just didn't like that high money line. But if you're going to parlay them with somebody to get it down to like even or even plus money, because Dallas only -1, I like Dallas. And that would be my parlay. Just keep it simple. 2 teams. It's hard to win one game. So, when people post those 5-team, 10-team parlays, I think that's just like carnival stuff. So a 2-teamer, that's pretty much in our range, maybe 3. And I'll go with Dallas and Philly.
Dallas and Philly. All right, Wayne, what's your parlay for tonight?
We'll go with the Brewers money line. We'll stick with this WNBA Seattle money line, and you can throw Dallas on there money line.
All right, my 3-teamer today will be the Mavericks with the over in the Yankees Angels, and I will take the dog here. I'll give you a nice price on the 3-teamer with the Giants there at that big home dog price. All right. Once again, Tony Brown, what do you have going on the site today? Premium wise.
We got three-way 3-play coming up tonight. It's the best of all 3 worlds. You got MLB, my laser lock. You got NHL and NBA playoff perfect picks. You can get them for $25 each, or you can get all 3 of them and break your bookie 3 times over.
What do you got going on, Wayne?
I have my play of the day left. My 3-pack has started, and I'll give y'all one on there because I was just on there. Well, I'm on the Sparks today over the Fever, man. Since it's already started, I just love to get back. I love that team outside of Briggs and my girl Rakia Jackson coming off that bench. She's a baller. I think they get them outright today.
All right, I got a best bet in the NBA and a 3-pack here in baseball, guys. So get signed up. Let's go over some of the show picks from the folks in the chat. Ron Crawford likes the Marlins and Storm money line tonight. What else we got? Let's see what we have here, guys. Any more of your show picks coming in? All right, I think we got it close here. Oh, right, we got J-Man with the Royals money line there with your show pick. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the show. Thanks for both to Tony and Wayne for the format change today. As we had some folks opt out, but I like doing this. But hopefully we'll see how we can tweak a little down the future. But I do like this format. It's a lot of fun, and and as you can see, we got professionals here, right? 5 minutes. I said, hey guys, let's do it. Let's do a morning show format. No problem. We got every game out there. I think there was only 1 or 2 passes on from that was it. So we got all 15 games, 15 games, NBA, NHL, the 3 WNBA. We got you covered here, right?
Right. Before we go, I was gonna say before we sign off, I would like to say rest in peace to Bill Walton for sure. That was a big loss over the last couple days, and I would like to just congratulate you, Tone. You showed a lot of growth with this one. It was a crazy day, and just on the fly, like you said, you whipped that one up, and you carried us. Me and Wayne was able to hold it down, but for sure, you led on that one, and congratulations on your growth, man. Just hosting the show. I love being here every Tuesday and Thursday, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week.
I appreciate that, Tony Brown. Wayne, thanks a lot for coming in today.
Yes, sir. I always appreciate being on with all the fellas on the show, hearing the different inputs. Definitely these two veterans right here. I just love hearing what they got to say. Whether I agree with it on the other side or not, it's for me to learn. So I'm always appreciative to come on with these guys. So I hope y'all got some good picks. I hope we all can cash today. Let's get it.
Let's get it, guys.